Halt, listener. Abdul Aziz here with my trusty sidekick, Shawn O'Hara.
I'm the sidekick?
That's right, Boy Wonder.
Okay, hold on a second.
We're here to stop you from listening to... Wait, is this the messaging I'm trying to get across? Wait.
That seems to be what you're suggesting.
No, don't stop listening to the episode. Please continue to the episode. But I'm here to tell you that there is also a video version of the episode that you're about to listen to that is available right now over on our YouTube page. And if you are the Spout Lore patriot that we believe you are, we ask that you go and listen to it there instead of here. Boy, Wonder, why don't you explain to them why it's so important that they listen to it on YouTube?
Gee Willikers, Abdul. Why it's so important is because this is Spout Lore's Summer of YouTube, a very YouTube summer by Spout Lore. For the month of June, from June 1st to June 30th, all of our video episodes are available for free. That means anything past and including episode 10 of season 12 has a video component that you can go watch right now. You can go see all of our beautiful faces playing Dungeon World for your enjoyment.
The reason why we're asking you to do that is because we, as the Spout Lore Nation, are trying to trick YouTube into promoting our podcast to more amazing people like you.
Just like when we launched Mallbrats and all of your activity helped launch us to #1 in comedy podcasts in Canada, we're trying to do that again, but with YouTube. So go over there. You can find a link to our YouTube page in the show notes of this very episode, including the video episode that you are listening to right now. And you can like, subscribe, and just generally engage with the video and tell YouTube, hey, this is something that people like. You should show this to other people.
Other people like me, a Spout Lore patriot. I don't know why this is the character I made.
Hey, whatever works, man. And if we get 1,500 YouTube subscribers during this push, we are going to release for free our first volume of our Up All Night playtest, in which we play some brand new characters in 1990s British Columbia investigating the supernatural.
That's right. Child versions of the cast that you love, just murdering Christmas mascots.
Yeah, that's not what it's strictly about, but it's fun.
This,
you'll like
Santa Claus. Bang, bang, bang.
You'll like it. Check it out. And if we get to 3,000 subscribers, we're going to release volume 2, in which we play Last Pine Press's Bump in the Dark, a Blades in the Dark monster hunting game set in the 1970s.
That's right. And in this one, Snoopy's gone bad.
Okay. Again, not what it's about, but you'll love it. So check that out. If that sounds like something you're interested in and you want more people to listen to Spout Lore and enjoy the show that you have enjoyed as well, you can get that engagement rolling. Go to YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, share, do the surveys, the whole deal.
For glorious the podcast is, from sea to shining sea.
Yeah.
I feel like we might have muddied the message.
We? Enjoy the episode.
Gather round, friends, let me tell you a tale of 3 heroes, noble and bold. A brute, a druid, and a thief who is but 9 years old. You know them by name, you know them by deed. Their quests are famously daring. So here I sit, singing to you an adventure that is worth sharing. Tuck is the brute, he knows not his home, he loves to sing and fight. Vyng is half-elf, he shifts his shape and wields a spear with great might. Billy's a thief, his tiny size does mask the largest heart. Best and brightest they may not be, but their friendship outweighs their smarts. So gather round, friends, and listen close, for the tale's about to start.
Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Wow,
to Spout Lore.
Really cut that music off.
I sure did. We just got stuff to do, baby. It's your game master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me as always, playing Tacoma Dome, the barbarian Abdul Aziz.
My ears. Shit.
From it getting too quiet.
I got quiet too fast.
Vyng, the half-elf druid, Paul Oppers.
Hi.
Oh no!
I didn't want to detract from this.
What is happening?
Shit!
I actually don't know.
Things got too quiet, too fast. For
Yeah. And playing Fat Billy the Halfling Thief, Jessica Ty.
Hello, it's me and my 3 drinks.
Oh, yeah, we're back to 3 drinks.
Yeah. Tea, ginger ale, lemonade, baby. Pew, pew, pew.
Abdul, are you going to be okay? I wish it was louder for longer.
Shit!
I wasn't ready.
The fade was too extreme.
All right, we're moving.
That's the guy who grew up in the 80s for sure.
Yeah. But
Well, all the songs faded in the 80s.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know that because you were all
Oh,
dead by then.
yeah,
No, we just weren't alive yet.
we were
What?
dead in our
AKA.
dad's
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in my dad's balls, I was never more alive.
I was never more alive
I
than when
believe
I was.
that. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
Think
never
of all the
more alive.
adventures you went on in your dad's balls.
Shout out.
What about when you're a
Shout
little
out to you,
egg
Pat.
and your grandmother?
In my
Oh my
grandmother?
gosh.
Oh, Grandmother's Eggs?
Yeah.
That's the name of my one-man show,
Because
Grandmother's
you're in
Eggs.
your mom's eggs when she was still in her mom.
Yeah. That is crazy that those eggs are some
That
solid
old.
eggs. They last a long time.
Been sitting on that shelf for quite some time.
Yeah.
Good job, ladies.
Way to go. Way to go, everybody.
Shout out to
All those folks with eggs out there.
As a
That's right.
woman, I will take that praise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But rightfully so.
You deserve it.
Thanks.
When last we left our heroes, they had
God, what a
defeated-
great guy I am.
That's what's important. That's what's important is for you to say that as often as you can. Ladies,
people really start doubting it if I don't say it a lot.
yeah.
why do
that's
they
true.
start doubting it?
I don't know. I feel like gaslighting the fuck out of me.
When last we left our heroes, they had defeated Colm Blackhammer, the very temporarily and sort of not even all the way redeemed in a sense co-princep of the Firefields Principality.
Yeah, not redeemed at
Not
all. I would
redeemed,
say.
just willing to give up a little bit of information. He had been defeated, and A4 was painted with a barbecue smiley face and some angel wings and sent on his merry way.
And the flames.
Yeah,
And the flames, I'm
And
so sorry.
it said gift for high spear from Tuck, Billy, and Vyng.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Vyng put a cool S on him.
Oh,
Whoa, cool
what if-
ass.
Where is there was
Yeah,
one
there
on
was
the
one here.
table? Where did it fucking go?
There's a
It's
cool
on
S.
the-
Oh, there,
Oh,
there
there
it
it
is.
is. Holy
Whoa.
shit.
Cool
Look how cool
ass.
that S
Wow.
is.
You know how sick it was to have your name start with an S in the early
Hey,
2000s?
imagine
No.
having 2 S's in your name.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
You got 2 cool S's right in the
Awesome.
middle.
That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
And you could probably do a cool J too, right?
Oh, well,
Only one
we'll
way to
do
find
that
out.
when
Figure it
we
out.
think about things.
A4 headed off to High Spear to go defend the city and I think primarily like kind of defend the High Spear. That was what he was asked to do, make sure that High Spear doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah.
The party headed back into Hither and Yon, discovering Mears, who jumped out at them from an ambush point, having, according to him, given the sword back to Colm Blackhammer, being compelled by the icon of honor that Colm housed within his tattoos. The inn at that point decided what you guys needed was a little time at the beach and moved you to a black sand coastline far to the west.
Mm-hmm.
Summer vacation.
Summer vacation time. Probably not too far away from Crystal Bay, in all honesty.
Yeah.
No, not that far.
Summer.
Beach party summer.
Did it.
Is it cool, Jay?
Whoa, it is cool.
It honestly is not that impressive.
Let me see.
Pretty cool.
Oh, holy fuck.
2 cool S's.
And what we did was mostly recuperate after a fucking mollywhopping from Colm Blackhammer. You guys needed to heal.
It was a brutal foreshadowing of how intense the final
Yeah.
conflict is going to be.
I feel so vindicated in
Uh-huh.
telling you guys after you fought Colm Blackhammer that facing him again in battle would be a mistake, and then he almost kills 2 of you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
But that is far behind us. We're healing. We're chilling on the beach. We're meeting a new friend, Wind River.
Friend?
Friend, in quotation marks.
We're meeting a new best friend, Wind River.
Asterisk.
Betrayed, though. Immediately betrayed by this new friend.
Well, you know, a wandering hippie who likes to ingratiate himself to people that do not feel gracious towards him to get what he wants. And that's some soup, place to chill, some vibe out time.
Mm-hmm.
We discovered that he is just as robbable as any of the other NPCs you've ever met and interacted with.
We really had a moment where we were like, I guess we've moved past this.
And then immediately robbed him.
Yeah,
Towards
you're like,
larceny.
wow. I can't believe we're not gonna totally fleece this guy. It shows growth.
Anyways, I'm going to rob him.
You saw a couple things you wanted, including a little vial of Hibernia water. How do you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Something called Blight Leaf that Billy took, a potent poison, and his driver's license, which referred to him as a member of the Masterly family,
Yeah.
son of Lee Masterly III.
Yep.
Wind River explained to you that he had taken what he called a voluntary vow of poverty, which just means he's got a trust fund that he draws on when he needs it, which isn't all the time.
Yeah.
And has been kicked out of his house by his father after crashing a car through the dining room. Victor arrived to take care of Billy, who had returned to his spring form and was overcome with grief at his part in the slaying of Colm Blackhammer, who Victor deemed a foe faced in battle, and therefore Billy just defeated a combatant. And there's nothing to be upset about. And they rode off into the distance.
To maybe go kill some more people.
Maybe,
Yeah,
who knows?
danger without a plan.
Yeah. We also learned that Cloudpiercer and the Thunderbirds are attempting now to strike against the storm and track down the piece of the moon that seems to be powering it. And we connected a bunch of dots all at once as Vyng looked into the trove of druidic knowledge within his chest that the pieces of the moon may be key to the Gibbous Man's plan. He seems to, Tuck believes, using his font of knowledge, making wild guesses about stuff nobody else knows about, thinks the Gibbous Man's plan, due to his disdain for mortality and mortals and his wish to be a god, might just want to wipe the whole thing clean.
Yeah.
And Lillian might be key to that plan. But Lillian does not have a great relationship with her father, the god of the sky. So he might require some method of controlling her, which the party posits, I think probably rightly, because of Vyng's thing, which means that whatever Paul says was true.
Yeah.
That he requires the pieces of the fallen moon to control her.
Yes.
And get her on his side.
Let's not forget who put that together.
Paul Oppers, star of Spout Lore.
That was, I honestly genuinely got gaslit so hard then that I forgot that was your idea. That was Abdul's idea. I forgot.
I can't believe you're gaslighting me right now.
Paul, you fucking dickhead.
So maybe we have a new wide-ranging quest. One, go to Black Glass and attempt to free Callum Blackhammer if you wish to fulfill the dying wish of Colm.
Yes.
And track down the pieces of the moon to sort of head the Gibbous Man off.
Yeah.
To stop that aspect of his plan.
And the kind of the utilitarian aspect of the Callum thing is that it takes him off the board for the Gibbous Man.
Yeah, totally. That is what we learned in terms of directions we might want to go.
Yeah, Cloudpiercer also has the waiting knife.
Yeah.
Which we know is the only thing that has ever harmed a god and might be the only thing capable of killing the Gibbous Man. But that's not important. What's most important is that Billy is on a dog and riding down the beach.
Faster, Victor.
Yeah. We got to a town at the end of the beach, and Billy, with his binoculars, looked towards the entrance of the city and saw a newspaper boy, a newsie, calling out that there was a 10,000 coin bounty. Yikes. For information leading to the capture of the 3 outsiders responsible for killing Colm Blackhammer.
This town is not doing good. There's a lot of people who could use that money for good things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys with eye scars and eye patches and like hook hands and stuff.
And hungry kids.
Yeah. And they're like, we're mercenaries and our kids are all starving.
Yeah. And one of those people looking for that money, Wind River.
Yeah.
Who, after getting kicked out of Hither and Yon, made his way down the road to the beach town. And Billy saw him, recognized the 3 outsiders by their description in the newspaper. What do you do now?
We should have never kicked him out, Victor.
Are you riding towards the town or towards Hither and Yon?
Back to Hither and Yon.
Okay, great. Let's just cut back into the bar. Tuck and Vyng are in the bar with Perel, Morris, and Mears. Francis is also here. He is asleep. He is a pig. He has nothing to contribute to the scene.
Okay.
Everybody, the listeners, Francis is in the room. It is now your responsibility to remember that. Is there anything that you 4 or 5 are discussing in here?
The last things that we kind of put all that shit together about the
pieces of the moon.
pieces of
Yeah.
the moon.
Mhm.
That kind of like brings Morris and Perel up to speed on everything that we've done.
Yep.
Were there any open questions that we were trying to figure out from them that we were still like, we got the pieces of the moon. We know what they do. We
Mhm.
know what Cloudpiercer's doing. We know the knife thing.
Mhm.
Was there?
Figured out the smog. That's a while ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do they have any news about the tower?
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Okay.
I think it
Yeah.
would be like the progress of their project,
Yeah.
which is currently understanding the high spear. Like they
Hmm.
can't really bend it to their goals until they understand the mechanisms.
Yeah.
So,
But what have you figured out about it?
well, as 2 of the finest minds of the currently living, you know the whole
Yep.
thing. We're
Yada,
geniuses,
yada,
etc. Blah blah blah. We've been working on the tower along with Aquaria. She's been helping us out. So what we've learned is, what have we learned? So the high spear is a wizard tower.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So it was constructed by a wizard whose specific area of expertise was language
Mhm.
and the power of the spoken word. They basically tell you that they have figured out mostly, they think, how the tower actually works,
Mhm.
which is it's basically a radio tower
Mm-hmm.
that uses thalamic energy to connect people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
So it diffuses a field across the planet, which connects people and allows them to just communicate almost without words, just getting ideas and language across perfectly.
Oh, that's cool. It feels like if it fucked up, then everyone would not be able to hold thoughts in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where
Or
it's-
maybe not speak at all, because
Oh,
no
yeah.
one really, that's maybe Perel saying, he's like, yeah, one of the things we're wondering is if this means that no one actually really learns how to speak physically. And if this tower goes down, it's not just that people that speak other languages won't be able to communicate, it's that people won't be able to communicate at all. Mhm.
Huh.
So we think that the way that the field works, it translates through the thalamic realm,
Mm.
is how it connects people. That's how it connects over space. So if we're able to use that to contact the wizards that are trapped in their own thalamic bubble universes,
Oh,
we might be able to use that to communicate with them, but we just need a lot more power.
cool.
And at this moment, Victor comes power sliding into the door with Billy on his back.
And I tumble off, roll into almost the fire. I go, he betrayed us. Wind River, he's going to betray us. He's going to let everyone know where we are. They know we killed Colm.
What?
They're going to give everyone 10,000 coins to
They're
turn
gonna
us
give
in.
everybody 10,000
There's
coins.
no way they have that
I
kind of
don't know.
money.
He's going to get 10,000 coins
For what?
for telling on us
For telling us about what?
that we killed Colm.
Oh shit!
We got to get out of here. They're going to come for us. You should have seen these guys. You should have seen this town.
Describe
Full
one.
Full of his hands were pitchforks. His eyes, their eyes covered in bandages. A person, scraggly hair, coming at me, teeth long and sharp. I'm so scared.
Billy, are you awake right now?
We cut back and it was a scarecrow he passed on the way. They're coming for us.
We gotta do it now, Mears. Do it now.
Okay, all right. Well, close the door next time. And he walks around the bar and closes the door, and all the shutters close.
God, were you burning a barn?
You're letting all the heat out. Where does it go now? What do you think the general consensus thought in this room is
High spear.
into what you need?
Yeah, I think High Spear because M4 got there 2 hours ago,
Yeah.
and Morris and Perel are not there to receive it.
Oh my gosh.
And everyone is freaking
Freaking
out.
out.
They're like, "Who the fuck are Tuck,
Right.
Billy, and Vyng?"
Uh-huh.
A4 is just waiting outside the tower, like, guys.
Like looking in all the windows,
Like
like
this?
hello,
Hello?
Smiling with the smile and the thumbs up.
thumbs up.
And they shot a harpoon at him, and he's like,
Ka-tink.
"No, don't do that."
Please. So you guys are going to High Spear.
Yes.
The tower or the city? I assume the
outskirts.
tower.
It's,
Oh.
I guess, whoever needs to talk to us most about this.
Which
thing.
is A4.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
I think he's on the outskirts, like just on the edge of town. So
Well,
he's not in town.
you guys told him to go to the tower. He might
Yeah.
have just gone to the tower.
Yeah.
Or like, step around the city so he doesn't step on anybody.
Yes.
He like tiptoed all the way around.
I like the idea of him because there's a mountain nearby. Isn't it like above the tower that he's like kind of like sitting on the mountain?
Oh,
looking
yeah.
down at the tower.
Yeah, because I always imagined the tower as part of the mountain a bit.
Yes,
Like,
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come out of a door out into the high spear, I guess.
Whoa.
Like the first room, like one of the ground level rooms of the high spear. It's beautiful. It's a lot of like metal, finely wrought, in a very ancient style, like a lot of silvers and golds, kind of like some real Wizard of Oz looking shit in here, like a lot of very crystalline and flowing shapes. And you see like there's like long, tall, skinny windows set into the tower at different intervals, like it could look out over the city.
Oh, cool.
There's like a central, so it's like a big circular chamber. The ceilings are quite high. It's like sort of airy in this spot with like the long, tall windows having daylight filter in. But the center of the room is dominated floor to ceiling with like moving, spinning gears and pieces of metal that have like a very, what you would all describe as a wizardy quality. There's like pieces that are floating around it in different like opposite circles and stuff that you couldn't even begin to understand. But Morris and Perel see you staring at it and go, yes, this is the high spear, what we're calling the high spear array. This is what does the whole thing with the words and the magic. This is it.
Cool.
It goes all the way up and all the way down.
All the way down to the base of the mountain?
Yeah, there's several layers into the mountain below.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Did you ever get to the very bottom?
There's a few locked doors that we haven't been able to get through. But we're working on it. Anyway, go talk to your big robot friend.
Okay.
And you leave the chamber and you see sitting on an outcropping of the mountain, not too far away, is a giant robot with his head on his fist, just waiting.
Like legs dangling.
Yeah, totally.
over the-
Yeah, every time he dangles his legs, like a flock of birds flies off of a nearby rock.
Yeah.
And arrayed below you is the city of High Spear, a beautiful city containing very many thousands of people.
Yeah.
Terrified.
Terrified. A lot of screaming you can hear from below.
Still?
Yeah.
He's been sitting there a few hours.
That's a big robot.
Every once in a while, it's like it starts up again. Someone like hyperventilates and starts screaming, and then all the people in the neighborhood are like, what's happening?
End is come, end of the world.
There's a giant banner in one section of the city that people have erected that say, "We pay homage to robot."
And there's other people like piling their belongings to like do a mass exodus or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
totally. Yeah.
Other people are coming up with a giant offering to the robot.
Yeah.
What they think he wants.
Another banner that says, "We do not pay homage to Big Robot."
Yeah.
And it's just a civil war is starting in the city.
Yeah.
And they're all standing across from each other like,
Not my robot.
Hashtag not my robot.
Hashtag not my robot. It's so funny.
And as you're walking along this like rocky mountain trail above the city, you see stamping up the mountain, marching up the path that usually leads to this and to the outcropping that A4 has settled on, a number of armed soldiers, drums. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. Intercept.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You are able to make it like to the center of the column. They kind of pass you a little bit, and there's a bunch of soldiers just marching ahead.
Hey,
Hold.
wait, stop.
Tuck throws a rock at whoever he sees
At
on
the
a horse.
On a horse.
He throws a rock at whoever he thinks the most important guy is.
Yeah.
Here we go. 10.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So you throw a rock at a guy on a horse.
Yeah. Stop.
And it clangs off his helmet like he's got like a shining silver helmet.
Oh yeah, with the big horse hair off the back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he turns and lifts a fist and boom, everybody stops. The drums stop. They all turn to you. Hey, did you throw that rock at me?
Yeah, you guys weren't stopping.
Are you Tuck, Vyng, and Billy?
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Bow at your service.
Heroes of legend and tale storied, told across the battlefields.
We are the Wanderers 3.
The generous souls who gifted this beacon of hope to this city.
we brought this robot back to life after he died in a completely unavoidable self-sacrifice type scenario. We taught him to love, to live, to laugh. We taught him how to be human, and we brought him here
He
to
holds up a hand.
Okay.
I get the gist. I
Okay.
get the gist. You should come with us
Okay.
To where?
to meet the mayor.
Okay.
You know our move.
Yeah.
And you are led along the column.
Can I roll for a trap expert?
Oh, you can roll
s-
trap. Yeah, you can roll trap expert.
Smart.
2d6 plus dexterity.
I don't trust anyone. 12.
12.
Is there a trap here? And if so, what activates it?
I really think this is a situation in which no, there is not a trap here.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else is hidden here?
Yeah.
As you are led along, you are led to the front of the column. It appears that this group was escorting the mayor of High Spear.
Oh.
And the soldier on the horse is riding alongside you. He'll ride ahead and then he'll stop and turn around while you catch up. And then he rides ahead a little bit more. And then he stops, turns around. Please get a move
I'm
on.
trying.
Right.
Please get us a horse.
Oh my God.
I have Billy and Bjorn on my chest.
But I'm still going.
And Vyng on your shoulders. We've never done this before.
Why are we doing it like this?
Yeah.
I have to keep up with a horse. Vyng, you're so much better at cardio than I am. My legs are so big. They're rubbing. They're rubbing. They're rubbing so much. They're rubbing together.
And you eventually get to the front of the column and you hear the soldier shout out, Mayor Boggins.
Quiet, Tuck.
I don't breathe that loud. I'm just panting right now.
It's the mayor. It's the mayor. Winky face.
Okay, thanks, Billy.
Did Tuck hear what he said over the chugging?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, great. Great. And ahead of you, you see in a very fine, much finer than you've ever seen him wear before, very fine long coat, long hair,
Hair longer and taller than it's ever
longer
been.
and taller than
taller
ever
than
before.
His coat is so long that the train has its own horse.
Oh,
Oh, it's got a separate horse? That's really fun.
the horse cannot see. The horse can't see at all.
Bring me your blindest horse, that I may put my train on it without it absolutely freaking out.
And you do see ahead of you Mayor Etienne Boggins.
Vyng gets off
Hilarious.
of Tuck, goes hand reaching out. Lovely to meet you.
Hello there. Nice to meet you as well. I'm Etienne Boggins. And he holds a hand down out to be kissed.
Vyng kisses it reluctantly.
Yes, that is the proper respect to be shown a mayor. You two come forward, kiss my ring.
Tuck, he's on all fours. He's like, okay, cool. I'll come up. He stands up. He's like, okay. Billy, you're soaked, by the way.
Yeah.
With my sweat.
I'm trying to I'm wringing out all the bandages that I'm covered in.
I like that when you're on all fours, the Billy's just hanging off the Bjorn. Also on all fours.
I go up to Dan, right? It's Dan.
It's Mayor Etienne Boggins. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, here we go. And then I kiss him, but I give a little bite to his hand.
Nice to meet you, barbarian.
Yeah, that's me. I issue conventions of this civilized world. Better get a fucking point for that.
You always do, no matter what.
I guarantee you I don't, Mr. Boggins.
Sometimes it seems like no matter what some people say, things are considered conventions. Now, Commander,
Wait, we have another little boy here. Do you want to kiss Billy?
I don't allow children to kiss my hands. They're filthy.
Whoa.
What?
My hands. I've been riding all day. Commander, I believe I should have a private council with these three here. They may be very important to this situation. And the commander nods. Yes, of course, Mr. Mayor. And he hops down. Well, he very gently puts his leg over the other side of the horse and a couple attendants come up and help his coat off the other horse that's behind him, the train of his coat, and he gently slides to the ground.
And then they take the train of his coat and they put it on 4 Shetland ponies that are trained to follow him.
Please, this way, adventurers. Join me in my private tent.
Right.
We have much to discuss, I assume.
We go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes, as the mayor of High Spear City, I welcome you to... And the flap goes down. What the fuck are you guys doing?
You did it.
What the fuck have you done? And
You
he
won.
Congratulations.
of course I won. I manipulated the election.
Oh,
We still think it's a real election. I can't believe you pulled it up.
It was
what was
rigged.
your platform?
The whole thing was fucking rigged.
It was rigged.
Yes, of course it was rigged.
That's actually a really good platform.
How'd you guys rig it?
I just rig elections. That's what I do. I love rigging elections. I can't get enough. What the fuck happened with the big robot?
What do you mean?
we already told you.
It's a gift?
Yeah, it's a gift for High Spear to make things feel nice.
Yeah, we give him a quick rundown of everything that happened.
Yeah.
We're like, we killed Cold Blackhammer.
Uh-huh.
This was Project Anvil. You probably heard about Project Anvil. It was just a huge Mac, and then we took another Mac's heart and put it in this guy and brought him to life. And now he's a robot on the High Spear side.
He kind of has a mind of his own, but we think he's our friend.
Yeah, but yeah, he's totally uncontrollable. He's metal as fuck. That's the one thing we instilled in him was to not respect authority.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah.
So you, just to be clear,
The mayor.
the one thing that you taught a 120-foot tall war machine is to listen to no one.
That's the way it should be.
That's what being metal's all about.
Holy shit. He like sits down in the little like folding chair that they brought in for him.
He peeks out of the curtain, and M4 is like holding a bird
Yeah.
on his finger.
Yeah, totally. Just looking at it.
Or like a stag.
Yeah.
A mountain goat.
You're cool too.
Rolling a mountain goat.
Okay, so you sent the robot here to protect the tower.
Yeah, in the city.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
that's cool.
Yeah, we can't have like the Black Hammer twins having access to this guy.
Well, technically, it's just one Black
Yes,
Hammer now.
just the one Black Hammer.
Can't believe you guys killed Colm Blackhammer.
We had no choice.
It was so easy. we barely even tried.
Like you're completely bandaged. Your torso's covered in bandages. I bet it was easy.
Vyng and Billy look at Tuck like, wow, I guess he doesn't like remember being possessed or whatever.
Yeah. Must have been super easy when you weren't there for most of the fight. Wow. Okay. So great. He's cool. You told him to come here to help. Then yes, I, the mayor of High Spear,
Yes.
will negotiate with this one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art giant robot.
And we'll come and help. 'Cause
Okay.
we know how off-putting Dan is.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Okay, great. Excellent. And he puts his wig back on and puts on this like nose that he's wearing. Wonderful. And he pushes his way through the tent. It's been decided. They will come with us to discuss terms with the robot. Everyone mount up. He hops back on his horse. His coat, train is replaced on the giant horse.
Can we sit on the train horse?
That horse is reserved for the train of my mayoral vestments. You will walk, boy.
Easy, big fella.
And you head further up the cliff to M4/A4, where he rests.
Seriously, we need to get you a puffer.
You don't get to complain. You're on my fucking shoulders.
I like that. Chuck is, and then we pan down and he's on Vyng's shoulder now. And he's like, all right, whatever, buddy. Billy, you okay up there?
I'm just,
You guys are both so out of breath.
I'm so tired. Running along.
Billy's getting whipped back and forth on Tuck, so he's just getting motion sick.
Vyng's gams are just popping with every step.
Incredible
Not breaking a
calves.
sweat.
And you reach M4. He towers above you on his cliff face. Ah, my friends. Hello. I made it to High Spear. Minimal casualties.
It's a lovely spot you find yourself? How is the vantage from up there?
It's quite beautiful. The cities of man are so incredible from this high up. Look over there. That's where they all go and eat all-you-can-eat ribs.
Oh, shit.
They can't get enough of
Oh my
them.
God, he found out all the important stuff. What else did you see on your way here?
Yeah, you can roll. Oh, yeah, discern realities. Yeah, he can give you some info.
7.
Okay, so you get one question off the list.
I guess what is about to happen here in High Spear?
Ah,
Good one.
great question, Billy. Now that Colm Blackhammer is dead. This massive voice.
And Dan is like, well, there goes that military secret.
News has spread fast along the front, and the armies of the Firefield's principalities are in disarray.
This is just a newscast from beside a broadcast tower.
Yeah, we can hear people in the city reacting. They're like, what?
Yeah.
The forces have been urged by Callum Blackhammer, the remaining Blackhammer princeps, to retreat to the city of Black Glass.
And then we hear, yeah!
I believe that this is because another offensive is being planned.
No!
But that means temporary respite for the people of the High Spear Principality. Though who knows what dangers lurk in the mind of Callum.
Dangers.
No robot.
But it would appear that the restaurant in the lower district has deemed every day all-you-can-eat ribs. For $5.99 while supplies $4.99. $3.99 while supplies last.
And then it cuts to the guy that owns the ribs place, and he's like, what? I didn't see a mob of people jumping.
No.
Barricade the door.
We don't have
Hide
a door.
the ribs.
Look at 28 days later,
Yeah.
people start bursting through windows. Give me their ass.
We lost Cal. He got
He's
pulled
gone.
out.
He's gone. They started all you can eating his ribs. And only some of that happens.
Man, what a crazy day in High Spirit. It is.
So that's what A4 tells you. The war, though not over,
Mhm.
the forces are being called to retreat to the city.
Okay. That's good information.
Yeah. And I have come here to High Spear City as you requested of me.
Thank you.
I will take the High Spear in my charge.
Really?
Yes, that is why you asked me to come here, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need you to protect us from the Firefield soldiers.
This I can do.
And they will come for you, I think.
This seems wise and likely.
And Tuck goes, this city's full of like really good people and a really cool mall.
You can't let anything happen to the mall.
The mall's got a bunch of really important characters for a different story in it. So the mall has to stay safe.
Very well. I will protect this city. I will become the defender of High Spear.
And the crowd goes, yeah!
Yay!
One guy goes, not my robot.
Yeah, he's the only one left
Yeah.
at that banner.
Yeah. Just one contrarian in the whole group.
I don't know. I don't think I trust the giant robot protector.
Dude, you sound like a fucking spy from the Firefield.
I don't know what you mean. I'm just a normal High Spear guy.
Wait a second. Who are you?
I've been had. Yeah, so yeah, it is. Unless you have any more questions for A4, here he shall stay.
I do have one.
Hmm.
So we know that it takes a shitload of coal to power even the small Max.
Oh, yeah. What's he running on?
Well, he's-
Yeah.
We're on that Hibernia water.
That was just in the boiler.
Yeah.
We didn't establish, really.
Tuck actually had an idea about this.
Hmm.
From all of the demon stuff that we've been exposed to and my connection to Blackspire, and then he goes, shout out to a real one. I think that the mechs, because they are designed to run on obsidian kind of imbued coal,
Mhm.
that they could actually also run on sunstone. You got there. After me by a lot.
After,
But
By
you,
a lot.
you
I
said
wanted
it-
to say it at the
you
same
said
time.
it at the same time, and I do
Vyng.
appreciate that.
Vyng. Tuck, you have full credit. Full credit.
Let's not forget whose idea this
It's a great idea.
But yeah, could we get a bunch of sunstone? I feel
Well,
like you
but-
could burn it for energy.
Interesting. Roll a Spout Lore, 2d6 plus intelligence.
Shit, someone else do this. I'll say it's your idea.
No.
Dan's like, I'm not taking credit for that. I'm
I
not taking
can't.
responsibility.
Son of a bitch, please work.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's a great idea. It's a great idea.
I'm using Fount of Knowledge.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Okay,
Whoa.
so that's 8.
So 8, 7 to 9, interesting, not necessarily useful. So I think it's an interesting idea. We just don't know that sunstone creates heat. We don't know that it can be used as fuel because it is a rock, it is a stone.
Mm-hmm.
But do we think the idea is potentially sunstone could be used, like a smaller amount of sunstone, charged sunstone could be used to boil the steam that is required to run A4? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, and it could, because the smog is basically like obsidian, kind of like the obsidian coal burning and pouring into the atmosphere. This would sort of put particulates of sunstone, which are anti-demon, into the air. So it'd be like a counteracting to the smog as well.
We do know that sunstone is quite rare.
It is.
So where are we thinking we're getting a quantity large enough to run A4?
I look at Dan. I go,
Oh.
you're in charge of the city's treasury, right?
I mean, as mayor, of course I am.
Is there any sunstone in there?
There might be. I'm not at liberty to share the contents of the city treasury with 3 rapscallions such as yourselves. Perhaps we may be able to find some sort of stone, or you can leave this to my discretion.
Do we trust
No,
Dan?
we don't, but we
don't.
don't have much of a choice.
He is selfish enough that I think he'll make sure A4 gets what he needs. At least make sure Dan's okay.
Okay.
Cover his butt, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You take care of this.
Wonderful. You may go now. I will see to it that A4 receives all of the resources that he requires to protect this city and its people, and more importantly, its mayor. Now be gone with you.
I climb back onto Tuck. Well, I guess we're walking.
Okay.
They both look at Vyng. All right, get on.
Doug scrambles up to Big's shoulder.
Careful. Come on, God.
And you hear
God, you need to shave your legs.
Mayor Boggins go, my horse is tired. Bring me my backup horse.
You had another horse?
Be gone with you.
You suck!
Bye, A4.
Goodbye, friends. Thank you for once more giving me life.
Thank you for saving us, A4.
It is the debt that I could repay. You have given me life once, I have repaid it once. Given me life twice, I have repaid it twice. For your kindness, I shall repay it a 3rd time at some future date.
Wow, thank you. If there's anything you need of us, I hope that you feel comfortable enough to ask.
I will. I'll just say it really loud
Mm-hmm.
and hope you hear me wherever you are.
Thanks. And thanks for taking care of the city, too.
He nods, and his big head whips back and forth at 200 miles per hour, 5 stories up. And a bunch of birds go squawk and fly away from his giant head. And you leave this scene. There is a bunch of soldiers and attendants now, trying to speak to A4 and figure out what he needs. And you are able to return to the high spear.
What does it look like? I mean, the inside. Were we on the ground floor when we showed up?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, you were in the entrance level.
I am curious about these basement doors that they couldn't get through.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are lower levels. And Morris and Perel, you hear their voices in some room. They're not here on this ground level, but they are around. They got the vibe of you're at your uncle's place and you're just staying here for the week. And they can't be hanging out with you all the time, but they're around. You just kind of do what you want.
Okay.
So you're going down to the lower levels?
I want to do the thing where I slide down the staircase.
So that's what I was going to say. You guys spend some time looking for a staircase,
Oh,
and you can't find one. You're walking around, you're checking doors, you're looking in rooms, no stairs.
Discern realities.
I'm looking under the rugs. I'm touching everything.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling out of the books, looking
Yeah.
for a secret. Staircase.
Kicking parts of the wall.
Nothing.
What?
Tuck pulled over a bookshelf.
Yeah. So
Nothing behind here either.
just knocked it over completely. So Vyng was going to roll discern realities?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2d6 plus wisdom.
10.
All right, 3 questions.
What here is not what it appears to be.
You see Billy is poking things. He's like touching everything, walking around, and he gets to like a sort of distended section of the wall. It's like a half cylinder that goes up and down the whole length of this chamber. And he's like tap, 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 tap. And he touches like a circular part and it goes ding. And a door slides open, revealing a chamber within.
Oh.
It's a chamber big enough for maybe 5 to 6 people.
Let's squeeze in.
Wait.
Whoa.
What?
What if it's not okay?
Okay. Yeah, I would like to roll trap expert.
Okay, 2d6. And you get a +1 from acting on the answer.
Ooh. Okay. 11.
11. Okay, 3
Yeah.
questions off this list.
Is there a trap here? And if so, what activates it?
There is a trap here.
Oh.
Ah.
If you think that if you enter this chamber, that door will close behind you at some point, and when it opens again, you might not be where you were when the door closed.
Okay, what else does it do when activated?
There appears to be, you like kind of peek your head in a little bit, and you hear do 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 do
Oh.
do do.
What else is hidden here?
There are a number of buttons along one wall, very similar to the button, the circular impression that you press to open this door.
Do we risk it? Looks fun inside.
I mean, the music's kind of shit, but I'm down.
Hey. I walk in, I go, play different music. I press every button.
Yeah, the door closes and then the room rumbles. And then just a couple seconds later, it stops. Ding! Opens up and you see Morris and Perel and they turn around.
Hey.
Hi.
You want to come in?
No, that's okay. Where are you guys going?
We're trying to get to the basement.
Yeah, which button? Press the lowest button. It's like -4.
Oh.
Oh.
Tuck presses it.
They've all been pressed by Billy, so you've got time.
And as the door's closing, we're like, wait, what button changes the music?
And then it goes down one more floor. And
Billy's gripping the sides of the walls. Like, oh my gosh. It's moving like so fast.
Vyng, you have further questions.
Yeah. What here is useful or valuable to us?
Okay. -2 opens and there is that central pillar that you saw that goes through the main chamber with different parts spinning. And it looks like there are many like thin sheets of, I mean, I want to say like, it's not paper, but like you can see that there are different consoles, like plinths laid out with things laying on top of them that are connected to the central pillar by conduits. And they're like etchings that are happening on the sheets.
Onto like clay tablets.
Yeah,
maybe?
clay tablets or sheets of glass, like things are being etched out and then like ferried away to different places.
So is it actively transcribing right now?
It looks like it, yeah.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
A giant computer.
Ding! Door closes in your face and continues down a floor.
Yeah, Tuck's
Hey.
head is bobbing.
Actually, this one's not bad.
And this is level A. This is level -3.
Yeah.
Which is the second to last lower level. And this level contains.
What do I glimpse?
Yeah, what do we think?
Oh, this might be like where things are stored. Like all that stuff, all those like little transcriptions are stored.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense because
Like
there's
a
so many of
big,
them.
Deep, far,
Oh.
like library. Almost.
Yeah. And you see them like coming down through the ceiling and then being like slotted into different shelves.
Yeah. And then those like will like move back and like
Yeah.
slot in new things. And it's just like forever.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice.
cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So there's just shelf upon shelf upon shelf of stored documents here. Very well organized. Very unlike any other tower you've been in, like Perel's or the fanny pack. Like it's so orderly in here.
Yeah.
And then ding, door closes. And it goes down to level -4, which opens on a corridor that ends like very similar to like the gold and silver corridors that you've seen so far, and then ends in a heavy metal door with beautiful and artistic gold and silver designs reminiscent of pen strokes.
Oh.
And there it is. There's the door.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Okay, so you're looking at the very like calligraphic sort of designs on the door in gold and silver. And thinking about how this is some sort of language center, you believe that it very well could just be a simple password that would open this door.
Password. Tuck says.
Password 1234.
Can I suggest
Yes,
something?
please. Yes, absolutely.
You said that it's like pen stroke, like metal flourishes.
Mm-hmm.
What if like where the flourishes are ending, it's almost like they're all locks into the sides of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
barring the door from being opened.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like the pins kind of in like a bank vault door where
Yeah.
they like go into the wall and
Thank
hold
you,
it in
that's what I
place.
mean.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
super secure.
it's extremely secure.
Fuck. Admin. Fuck.
Can I do tricks of the trade?
Ooh, you could try tricks of the trade
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah.
Can you read tricks of the trade? It's been a while.
When you pick locks or pockets or disable traps, roll plus dexterity. 10 plus, you do it. No problem. 7 to 9, you still do it, but the GM will offer you 2 options between suspicion, danger, or cost.
Right, 2d6 plus dexterity.
Whoa.
11. Yeah, do it. No problem, you guys.
Yeah.
Do it, no problem. So narrow. So you.
Forgot password.
That's a great. So does
Oh,
Billy
yeah.
say forgot password?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
The gold like starts to illuminate into an interface.
Yeah, totally. The command is, you're basically telling the door, I forgot my password. So now it wants you to reset the password to the door.
Oh, no.
But that means that you need some sort of confirmation to be able to reset the password.
Maybe it asks 3 questions.
Oh yeah.
Like the security questions.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So it's like, what was your first pet's name?
Yeah.
What is the name of the street you grew up on? What is your mother's maiden name?
Whoa, maybe it asks each of us these questions. Crazy. What if it was like, Billy, what is this? And then it's like
Oh.
Tacoma Dome. What?
Ooh.
Because they can read our minds.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because all those things are answers that we don't know.
Oh shit. That's sick.
That's pretty fun.
So, Billy, you say forgot password,
Mm-hmm.
and the gold and silver in the door sort of illuminates and flows as the metal comes down to like eye level, or, slightly above eye level for Billy,
Mm-hmm.
like chest level for Vyng and Tuck,
Yeah.
and begins writing. It writes, Billy, what was the name of your first pet? Tuck, what street did you grow up on? Vyng, what is your mother's maiden name?
Well,
Well,
I never thought about that. Have I had a pet before?
Vyng looks at his leather wrist strap.
Okay.
Let's see first names on this
really
thing.
easy question answer for me, a regular guy who remembers his whole past. Door, give me a hint.
Door hint. We should go in that archive room on -3.
Yeah. There's probably a shit ton of information.
That's
in
what
there.
Sean's been wanting us to
Yeah.
do the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, there's an archive room. You can go there or you don't go there. Yeah, you guys can figure it out.
All right, let's go there.
So you head back up the elevator. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, t-t-t. And ding, it opens onto row after row after row of like thin glass, shiny sheets slotted into shelves, back, row after row.
Is there a way that these are organized? Like some kind of Dewey Decimal System?
There, you would assume that there is a way that this is organized. It is currently unknown to you.
Okay.
Discern realities, 2d6 plus wisdom.
Please, for the love of God, someone, Allah, God of the Flame, anybody who's listening, give me some luck on these dice. Okay.
Ooh, you brought a lot. Is that Jack?
Is this one Jack?
You caught it on your thing seemingly deliberately, so I'm going to say no.
Is that a 1 and a 3?
It's a 1 and a 3.
Plus wisdom, though.
It's a 5.
Damn it.
Wow, that's a great question. What happens on a failure here?
I see those cards that they have in like libraries, like drawers and drawers of cards. I'm like, oh, I bet there's some kind of information about, and then I pull it out, and then the drawer falls, and a bunch of glass shatters on the ground.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, a big like 2
I pulled the
dozen.
drawer way too far.
Yeah, 2 dozen sheets of glass fall and just shatter on the ground.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
And then they kind of like, and zip away into a little like grill in the wall.
I think we're fine. I don't think I saw your mom's maiden name on any of those. As they were falling, I speed read all of them, and it wasn't in there.
Key information to the history of the world has now been lost forever. You'll never know
I
what
sped read.
you'll never know what that says.
It was a bunch of breakfast menus. It wasn't anything important.
Breakfast menu.
That's so important.
So I think the thing that this also shows you is that, there's no organizational style that you are familiar with. Whoever built this tower definitely built it like, well, I know where everything is. So that's all that matters to me. So if you're going to find any information in this, it's going to be an undertaking for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like a guide kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Dewey.
That's cute.
A little glass golem.
Yeah. The glass shards don't zip away. All those cards shatter on the ground, and you hear like a clinking far in the back of the archive.
We steal ourselves.
Are we in trouble?
Clink, clink, clink,
I draw my spear.
clink, 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 clink. And then holding a broom is about a 5'8" humanoid figure made out of the archival glass, like scribed with different symbols and written word, standing in front of you, and it like clink, 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 walks past you and starts sweeping up the glass.
What does he look like?
A humanoid body, very angular and geometric, no discernible facial features, like a polygonal person, basically.
Okay, I gotcha.
Made out of these sheets of glass, and they start sweeping up. They push past you.
I'm sorry.
Clink, clink, clink.
Excuse me.
Can
Can I try a parlay with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
smart.
So parlay means you're offering something in exchange.
We will
Oh.
not smash all of these pieces of glass.
How do I communicate to something?
Yeah, you can just like defy danger charisma to try and like get it to pay attention to you.
Okay.
It seems very drawn to its work right now.
Yeah, it's ignoring me, so I kind of slowly open up another one of those drawers. Excuse me. 8.
Nice.
So you like, excuse me, and you are opening another thing, and
Uh-huh.
as it hears the like drawer open, it stops and turns.
Can you help me find information?
It nods.
Oh, we have questions and we need some answers.
It clink clink walks forward, pushes you away from the drawer, gently closes the drawer,
Yeah, Billy, you have to be careful. You don't want to drop another one of those.
and it looks at Tuck.
Ving looks at
Oh.
Tuck.
Sorry, sir. Kids.
And it
Sorry about little Butterfingers over there.
they keep breaking stuff.
And then he looks at Billy. He's like, "I'm so sorry. This is a betrayal.
This is a betrayal.
I'm just really embarrassed in libraries a lot."
You need to learn how to deal with your embarrassment.
And it steps forward into like the middle of the corridor between the two rows of shelves that go back and back and back. On its like weird, its feet end in like points, like it's just 4 panes of triangular glass going to needle points at the end, and it stands in front of you, clacks its 2 hands together, and waits.
Help me find. How do I find personal information?
We'll call this a spout lore.
Sure.
God, this is our greatest challenge ever.
And you know what? It shows because 4.
Okay, that's a failure for sure.
Yeah.
Shit. Fuck.
Hmm.
Unless I'll use a fairy child.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
Worth
Yeah.
it. Worth
Okay.
it.
So interesting, but not useful. So there's definitely there must be a section on,
The fair folk.
on like personal information.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's the interesting but not useful here? This is tough because this is like big info, but it's all here. Well, it's communication that's here. It's not like
Yeah.
history, right? It's like transcriptions of conversations.
Mhm.
It's anything that's gone back and forth between 2 minds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
maybe like if it's communication, then it would probably be filing everything chronologically
Yeah. So all
So-
the oldest stuff would be at the back.
further back.
Yeah, totally.
So maybe
And something like Billy would be.
pretty far.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe too far back to be recorded. So what Billy would be looking for is like stories that have been told about him.
Maybe there's like a little like airport. What are they called? Those like
Walkway?
walkways.
Oh, like a moving walkway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
it turns one on thinking about like this floor being like, I don't know if the floor is also glass or not, but it's like these tiles that like start moving.
Oh,
Yeah, totally.
And you see, before it starts moving, it illuminates.
Oh, fun.
And it goes boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah, little like lights guiding the way. And yeah, so lights illuminate in the glass of the floor and little panes start gliding along surprisingly silently, like they're fit together so tightly. And it just starts gliding away, and it gestures at you and towards the walkway.
Tries to sweep me onto it.
Yeah, it just pushes you with its broom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank
and then
you.
zip.
Where am I going?
Huh. We kind of just like let that happen.
Yeah, Billy.
Guys?
We're like, huh?
You gonna come with me?
A kid just got in a weird van, basically.
Okay.
You start to walk towards the walkway, and it steps in front of you.
Oh, hey, that's our kid over there. Is it okay for him to be alone in the library?
Just stares impassively at you, but it nods. Is it okay to be alone? Nods.
Okay. Nothing dangerous? Nothing dangerous in here?
It holds up two hands.
Now, hold on.
Do you understand English?
It nods.
Okay.
We're in the tower that understands English.
This is the tower that made everyone speak
Everyone
English.
speaks English.
And Billy, you are dragged away so fast. Your hair is blowing in the stagnant air of this place.
Oh, and it's like what seemed like a very narrow hallway initially. It starts to like open up, and the ceiling raises up, and you get taken.
Oh, I get taken like down.
like different levels. Yeah.
Whoa.
And you're speeding up.
Like a track,
Yeah.
sharp dip, turn to the left.
Yeah.
There's
Minecart
racks.
madness.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Yeah.
racks and racks everywhere.
Yeah.
It seems like every communication, every communicated idea since the foundation of this tower is stored here.
It's the whole inside of the mountain.
Yeah.
Is every log
Is
ever
the storage.
of every conversation ever had.
Yeah, Billy, you realize you are inside the High Spear Mountain.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And you
And
are
the glass is made from the ground up granite.
Oh yeah,
They make
totally.
the glass from
Yeah.
the mountain.
Yeah.
I
powder
wonder
it.
if Farrah's been in here. She would lose her mind.
And like clack 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 clack. And slowly but faster than you expect, shook, you come to a stop.
You tumble off the
Yeah, I tumble off.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hello.
You are in a section that is as big, if not bigger, than the section you were just in. The mountain has been hollowed out, it looks
Yeah.
like, and then a structure constructed within it. So the ceiling, quote unquote, is like a fucking kilometer above you. You have been brought down quite far. You see that these tracks, these glass tile tracks, run all over the place, crisscrossing. But the thing that you are struck by, as you were when you walked in, is how orderly it is. Whoever built this place was obsessed with like cleanliness, neatness, and order. So it's like a massive grid pattern that fills this whole mountain. The shelves themselves are like a bookshelf. Like there's, two sides to every shelf, and then each shelf is filled with these like glass panes that have very little clearance between. So it's just sheet after sheet after sheet of glass, which is, for Billy, very boring to look at.
Yeah.
But also kind of beautiful in its own way because it's like so glittery.
You sort of like hear the tinkling of like a million of
Mhm.
these
Yeah.
like panes of glass just kind of existing in a space this huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like there's like just like a little shift in the air pressure, and there's like kind of a wind chime sound that blows through, and you hear the sounds of what you assume are new sheets being filed.
Oh yeah, must be very distant.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And you've been dropped off in this area by the walkway, which leads
Okay.
you to believe this is the quote unquote personal information section.
So I will look here, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah, discern realities. Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus wisdom.
6.
God,
Shit.
rolling like shit. So I think Billy is just kind of lost right now.
Guys.
Yeah.
Vyng, I can't read.
He said Vyng. I can't read. Not Tuck. And
Hmm.
you hear movement. Cut back to Tuck and Vyng.
All right. Do you want to go next or should I?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Hello, Glassbarian. Can you take me to the section of my personal information?
Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus intelligence for Spout Lore.
4.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm going to use my What the Bones Know to replace my 1 with a 5.
Hey,
Fuck yes,
there we go.
dude.
And I got
Holy shit.
8.
This is an 8. You saved it. That's awesome.
Nice.
So it's a 7 to 9. So the walkway, ding, 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 starts to light up and begins moving.
Whoa.
And you are taken, you see what Billy saw, a cavernous, hollowed out mountain filled with every communicated idea since the building of this tower. I'm bad enough with numbers. I can't even begin to estimate how much material is in here.
What's the nature of the light in here?
It seems like it's just sort like it's almost like there is light being caught by the sheets that is then being magnified by the other sheets. Like it's sort of like reflections on reflections. So there's diffused light throughout the room. And you are taken, Billy, you're like walking through, you hear like movement in the stacks.
What's there?
And then you see Vyng whip past.
Bye.
Really?
Big.
Billy!
Can't read.
You can't read. And you hear Billy, but you are carried far and away down the row.
Vyng starts running against back when the track's too fast.
And the camera is like looking at Billy, who is looking away, and behind we see a shadow move past the aisle
I thought it was supposed to be safe.
to another aisle. And you are brought to a section a long way away from where Billy is, and the walkway suddenly comes to a stop.
He slides off.
Yeah, very gracefully.
You Tom Cruise from Risky Business?
Yeah.
You lean on a shelf, and a bunch of glass falls out and shatters on the ground.
Oh.
Hey, whoa. Put those back, file them wrong.
Okay, I'm going to start looking at the things.
Yeah, go ahead. 2d6 plus discern realities.
Nice. 11.
Okay.
Holy
3
shit.
questions.
Yeah.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
You are looking for your mother's maiden name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're pulling out sheets of this glass. What does the writing look like on them, do you think? I'm imagining very small. Like really tiny writing.
And in what language?
I
Yeah.
think Elfish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever
It's
you can read.
your original language.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I like
Yeah.
that. Okay, great.
Oh, and it's High Elvish, too.
Oh.
The script is so
I
ornate.
have to read it like this. Tilt my head back and put my nose up in the air.
Hmm.
You can't read it without jutting the bottom, doing an underbite.
Yes.
Wow, quite interesting.
Huh.
You are reading this information, which is presented as like a transcript. It's like the name of the speaker, what they say, the name of the speaker, what they say.
Am I in the right era at least?
So you see a conversation you recall having with your mother as a child. When it's not like you recall the conversation, but it's once you start reading it, you remember, oh yeah, I remember talking about this. Like it's
Yeah.
not like a memory that you hold on to.
Yeah.
What age was he?
Let's
8?
say 8. Yeah.
So Great Forest years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was still in the forest. And it is about what? What do you think?
I'm just asking my mom about her mom.
Oh, classic kid
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom, do you have a mom?
Of course I have a mom, sweetheart. Ileana.
Cool.
She was great. Cool. She died a long time ago, long before you were born, long before I met your father. But she was an intelligent woman. She taught me everything I know, and I miss her very much.
That's sad.
It is sad.
What was her name?
Her name was Eloise.
And what was her last name? Vyng.
Vyng asked his mom what was her last name.
I mean, if you're allowing me to dictate this conversation, I would love to ask that.
Do you think an 8-year-old would ask what was her last name?
Is Ileana, is she born on Hibernia? I forget. Or is she born in the north?
So we actually don't like.
Did we say?
Like Paul and I know,
Oh.
but we don't know. But like we know that Ileana was a wizard. No, wait, we do know this. We know
know she
Ileana
was
was
a
a wizard,
wizard, yeah.
and she hid out with the druids
Right.
and
Yeah.
became a druid culturally, using her magic to emulate their beliefs.
And we very strongly suspect that it's Adarnak Allwater, just based on the fact that he, like, all of the shit in her tower reacted to him
Yeah.
and not to any of the rest of us.
But you're still getting. So what should I be? You are in the right section, I think, is what you're learning. Is this is like you are in like your 8-year-old zone. That's the information. If you wanted more information, you might need to go back to when you were younger, maybe to before you were born, even.
Okay. I'll keep going back, I guess.
Yeah. You have. We'll cut back to Tuck while we go through these questions.
Okay. Alone, surrounded by books. My greatest enemies.
The archivist is just standing in front of you.
Okay, what do I need? I need to know my pet, I know what my first pet is. Why couldn't that be the one that I got? It's dog. It would have been the easiest fucking thing in the world. But no, it's got to be the fucking street I grew up on. Huh. Well, you know what? These questions are fucking racist against people who can't remember most of the shit from their childhood.
Mhm.
Yeah. And he's screaming at the little golem.
Yeah.
It's like,
Aw.
did you ever fucking consider that some people, their first memory is like when they're 8 years old and in some weird, like, sorcerer's office?
It shakes its head.
Did you even think that there might be differently abled people trying to do this?
It nods.
Okay. Fuck. What do I need? I need information about me. Me.
Ding,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding. All the lights start up and the walkway starts moving.
No. I need to give you more information. I need to give you more information about myself.
Go ahead and roll a 2d6 plus intelligence for Spout Lore.
Fount of knowledge, because nobody else knows this.
Ooh,
6.
6.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
just flat 6?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, why flat 6?
Because fount of knowledge.
Oh, no, that information is here.
Oh, but nobody else knows it.
You're where people know this.
No
You're where-
people are here. There's just a little glass fuck.
Okay, you know what? You talked me into it. You still fail.
Okay.
Thank you. Very thank you.
I can aid from a distance.
Man.
I hear echoes of Tuck, and I can tell he's
Yeah,
mad.
going, oh, fuck, this sucks.
Just want to send him good vibes. Like,
Oh,
I know
my God.
12.
Yeah.
13, I mean.
Sean,
Jesus Christ.
you could fully block this.
No, hey, you know what? I think you're not. I don't think you're wrong in that it is a nobody knows.
Yeah.
As long as we're not
Okay.
considering the golem a nobody, because like all of the information is here, so it still counts. But no one else in the world knows this info.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't really matter. You get a 7 to 9 from Billy, giving you good vibes.
Yeah, I'm saying, I know this is your worst nightmare, but be strong.
You see Tuck like whipping along like
Yeah.
above you.
Be strong, Tuck.
And they going the other way.
Whoa. The thing that happened was Tuck was when he was like, I need to give you more specific information. Like the walkway is not wide enough for Tuck, so it's only one of his feet was on it, and then it pulled and like slammed him into a split, and then started dragging him by one leg. Shit! And then he's screeching along the glass.
But Billy gives you the support, the luck of the fair folk from all the way down here.
Yeah.
And you are able to stay attached to the walkway.
Yeah.
And you whip past Vyng.
Shit.
And-
I grab when I see Vyng. I grab onto one of the shelves.
oh, you're trying to stop with Vyng?
Vyng.
And the walkway so powerfully moves underneath you that it pulls your hand free of the shelf, and you are dragged along. Billy, you see.
What the hell was that? Vyng's like basically going like, what? What was that? Turns around.
He takes his headphones off.
Oh, what?
Was somebody there?
Was that?
Billy,
Mhm.
we cut back to you, and you're in the shelves, just kind of wandering around. Can't read anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, if it's about me, is it about like fairy me? I'm just having a chat with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I say that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just having a chat with myself. Like, what part of me is here? Maybe if no one's around, I could go into the shadow world. Maybe.
Oh, sick.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I'll shadow dance.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting.
I will use my last fairy child for this.
Okay.
Get an 8. So
Mhm.
that means I can leave my body and enter the fairy as my pure essence and take one hold.
Okay. So you get one hold.
Okay.
You enter the fairy in this wizard tower, which we've done before,
Mhm.
and everything is like sort of luminously represented in the fairy
Mhm.
because the power is like reflecting through.
Oh, like all the magic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was like in All Waters Tower, right? Like you saw all this stuff, like the power was what you saw.
Right.
And you see that power held in all of the shards that are kept in this archive.
Can I say what I see?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So yeah, it's very bright in here,
Mm-hmm.
but I see what wasn't showing up on like the glass plates before, which is like that old fairy language.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's been transcribing that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So now I can read it.
Yeah, there are plates that are now covered in fairy runic language, the ancient writing of the fairies.
Is it like there's like regular language and then over top of it is all the conversations that fairies were having at the same time in the same room as these people?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
This is a very powerful array.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
this is a
cool.
central piece of the infrastructure of the entire world.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, I have to take out some panes at the same time to read it all,
Mhm.
like a puzzle.
Oh,
So I lay
right.
them out.
Oh, yeah, like
Yeah.
that you stack them up and
Mhm.
look down through them.
I
and
like
see it
that.
like
that.
That's how
Yeah.
I do it.
That's
Yeah.
very cool. It gives you almost like a cube that
Mhm.
you can like
Oh, yeah.
instinctually look through and see a picture of.
Yeah, actually, if you stand on the end of the bookshelf,
Mm.
you can see through and see like all of the fairy.
Oh,
yeah.
Because the shelves are glass too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, that's how I do it.
okay.
Yeah.
You rolled a failure earlier.
Yep.
And we've been seeing this thing creeping in the shadows.
Yes.
You are now in the fairy.
Yeah.
And I think you can see it more clearly.
Uh-oh. What do I see?
Could be, maybe it's the fairy archivist.
Oh,
Yeah. So what does a fairy archivist look like? It means that they're bound to something that's here.
The rock, the mountain.
Could be the mountain. Yeah, could definitely be the mountain. So it was, the shadow that we were seeing was something moving in the fairy. It wasn't that it was in the shadows, it's that it was being seen as a shadow.
Cool.
And it looks, I'm imagining like, little old man kind of fairy, like a cane.
With a cart.
Oh yeah, he's like dragging like books around or like the shards in a little hand cart.
Like
Yeah,
that, the old
cute.
guy from Shawshank Redemption, the old librarian.
Oh, he's got the like squeak, squeak, squeak,
Little
squeak,
book cart.
squeak. Yeah, kind of like a hunched old man that looks like the granite of the mountain. Yeah.
The bend of his back echoes the shape of the mountain
Oh,
above.
totally. Yeah. He's like, "Hi there, young fella.
Hi.
It's been a while since I've had another fairy in the archive. Is there anything I can help you look for?"
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to. I'm trying to figure out if I ever had a pet and what its name was, and the library sent me here, so it must have been a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. This is the section for things that were gathered from before the construction of the tower.
Whoa.
Cool.
Mm.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sometimes, you're a fairy. The oldest stories are the ones that are told, not the ones that are written down. So all these stories were told by me.
But you?
That's right.
Well, hey, do you remember?
And he kind of like closes an eye and sticks his tongue out.
I'm Billy, Fat Billy. I'm the spring fae of the endless boughs.
Roll a 2d6 plus intelligence.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. We might get details on what the endless bows are.
Cool.
Plus intelligence?
Yeah.
9.
Okay, 9. 7 to 9, interesting. Not necessarily useful.
And I'll aid
Oh.
Billy.
Didn't I
Absolutely
didn't I
not.
discern realities at some point?
Huh?
Didn't I discern realities at some point?
Yeah, and you
What?
failed.
Yeah,
Back.
remember?
Yeah.
So take a
Oh,
minus
yeah.
one on that.
Yeah, and I want to say that the thing that we ended up having creeping around in the shadows that was your failure ended up being a very helpful old little fairy. So you're getting off easy.
You're my wife.
That's not why.
Uh-huh.
That's not why.
Uh-huh.
It's just
Something
cooler.
bad will happen.
Something
Yeah,
bad
to
will
one of
happen.
us.
Yeah.
No, there's you know what? We
To you.
you know the bad thing that happens
There we
is
go.
we cut back to the beach
Uh-huh.
and we see
Oh.
coming down the water on the back of 2 orcas.
Blackspire.
A black and white obsidian dragon who lands on the beach and goes, "Thanks a lot, ladies. Thanks for the ride. See you later." And they're like, "See you later, Black Spire. Don't forget to call, sweetheart."
You're the sweetest little dragon I ever let ride on my back across an entire enchanted ocean.
Oh, Grandma, stop. Stop. It's so nice. Anyway, see you later. Gotta go meet my friends. They told me to meet them right here. And he turns around
Oh.
and he like goes and he noses his head through the hole that Heather and Jan used to be in. Guys. And then we cut back to the archive.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
That's the failure. You missed him.
And then the camera
You son of a bitch, Sean.
the camera pans up and then like aerial view zooms down on that town and Wind River is arming a militia to go back.
Oh, the pitchfork hands are coming.
Oh no! Everyone's got pitchfork hands.
Dipping their pitchfork hands in broken glass.
Bandages over their eyes. Hay coming out of their clothes.
We're gonna, and then Wind River's like, we're gonna sneak up and pretend to be scarecrows.
We're gonna kill that dragon.
That dragon.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
They know about
No,
No,
they don't. I'm joking.
Big eyes.
Yeah. So the archivist is looking at your face. What'd you get? You got a 9?
Yep.
Oh, Spring Fairy of the Endless Boughs,
I think this is what I looked like.
It's pretty close, if I remember correctly. Lot more human clothing than I remember. You were more rooted into the ground when I met you.
Oh, I was, yeah.
Well, what do you need to know?
What was my first pet, and what was their name?
Oh, okay. 1 second. First pet. And he's kind of clunk, 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 like walking through.
Clink, 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 clink,
Yeah.
clink.
No, not for. Okay. First kiss? Nope. First date?
I had a
Nope.
kiss? I had a date?
We cut back to that, and it's you see a pumpkin pie,
And we cut back to the
It's like
present.
the first
we,
time-
we smash cut back to the present.
Every now and then I fall apart.
Hey, the time of my...
He goes, oh, all right, first pet. And he pulls out the with the fairy sigil writing on it. And he kind of shakily hands it over to you. Clink.
What is it? Oh, sorry. I had a cute thought.
What's the cute thought?
That it was a bird that fell out of a nest too soon when he was still a tree.
That's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Little baby
Tell me
bird.
about this memory.
It is a baby bird that fell out of its nest too soon. It was a hummingbird. Couldn't fly
Oh.
yet. And it had to stay warm. So I would curl my oak leaves around it to create like a little nest for it.
Ugh.
And its mom fed it for a while, but she stopped coming by. And so Billy is pulling from his roots like, I was saving this for later, but he starts like pumping sugar water down like outside of him for the bird to sip up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Did this bird have a name?
Many wings. I don't know. I think a long name would be cool. Kind of like a dragon name if you can think
Oh,
of one.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's something like many wings buffet the petals of the magnolia or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell? Something like this beautiful phrase.
You know what I mean?
All right. Okay, can you repeat that? Many wings.
Buffet the petals of the magnolia.
Thank you.
Did that help?
That was amazing.
All right, give it back.
Okay.
Gotta make sure it gets where it's supposed to be. Clink, 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 clink,
This
clink.
looks fun. Look at all that stuff about me that I don't remember.
There, it's all here. Well, all the stories that I told about all the fairies.
I wish I could stay.
Oh. We'll cut back to Vyng. You're digging through you found this early conversation you had with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of evasive about her family history.
Yeah.
And that told you that if you wanted to learn some information about your mom, that you might need to go to a conversation of her speaking with someone else, potentially. But about you, likely, would be a good... So what, like how I was imagining it and how I think Vyng would if he knows that he's in his personal information section is like, I need to find a conversation where my mom is talking about me to someone else so I can get the information about her. You know what I mean?
Okay. I was thinking of maybe trying Thing Talker.
Ooh.
So I see the spirits in the sand, the sea, and the stone,
Mhm.
and I can apply the spirit tongue to inanimate natural objects
Mhm.
or creatures made thereof.
Yeah.
You could just talk to the records themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking, because they're
Yeah.
made from the stone of the mountain.
Yeah.
That's a
See
cool
what they
idea.
have to say.
Yes. Yeah. So you do have 2 more Discern Realities questions to spend, and that you can definitely talk to you can try to talk to the archives instead of searching through yourselves,
Yeah.
because that would kind of narrow things down quicker potentially.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Uh-huh.
That's my next question.
So an earlier section, you kind of go back. You're digging through and you're reaching out to the different shards,
Mm-hmm.
and you're hearing the voices of the people that had the conversations. You hear
Oh.
your own voice at 7, at 6, at 5,
Keep going.
at 4,
Whoa.
at 3,
Hmm.
probably not at 2. More babbling, some like high shrill crying, gentle comforting cooing, little light baby snores, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
One time you did say the N-word though, by accident.
You cannot do that, Abdul. This is a safe space.
you don't get to dictate that.
You can't do that.
But I do as the GM.
Yeah.
It happened.
Oh my God.
Oh, so this is the revenge for the time you smacked me on the ass really hard.
You made me a racist? Because I'm a sexist?
Yeah.
You hear your father's voice.
It's painful to hear.
Yeah.
It's comforting and painful to hear
Mhm.
his voice again.
Yeah. And I think it is the conversation where like he knows that your mother is like pregnant. And it's funny because like you're almost ready to be born, but also in a kind of like an easy bake oven sense, you're almost done. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
are a creation in a way. And they're having this conversation. You hear Nathaniel, the younger Nathaniel that you saw in the vision at the heart tree, the like not so much gray in his hair and beard, saying, I'm not going to let anything happen to you or him. I swear. And you hear your mother say, if they find out who I am and what I am, me and Vyng, we're both in danger. And you hear like the movement of someone getting close and being held. Like you can hear the sound of the situation, like the thing happening.
Oh, like a door smashing open far away.
Yeah, someone being held close and voices in the distance. And Nathaniel saying, they're here. Addernack, you have to go now.
Oh, fuck yes!
Oh, okay. Pulled out.
Tuck. Yeah. Full just like
He's getting rug burns on his
just
rug
like
burns.
just like scrote right on the glass,
Oh.
squeaking along.
Stretching it out.
Yeah, it's like back to your knee. It's back to the extended knee. It's been stretched that far. And then
I think
it's
I've been eating my collagen.
and then it's the walkway stops. You lift up and it goes twang back into place.
Oh my God.
You slowly get to your feet.
And
He's walking super wide
my
legged.
legs are so wide.
Oh man, they're getting so rubbed together when we're climbing up.
Yeah.
It's been
CA4.
pretty brutal for my boss. And he like takes a deep breath, and then both of you hear from where you are.
The glass
I'm
shimmering.
shocked back into my human form.
Oh, right out
Yeah.
of the shadow world.
I wasn't
And then he yells, "This place is not accessible!"
But you're here in a section presumably containing your personal information.
Okay.
And you also suddenly remember you've been hiding it all this time. You can't read either.
I can read. Tuck says.
Tuck is totally illiterate.
Tuck says that he feels like the shelves of books are judging him.
He's being judged by a hall
and
of
then he
information.
goes, "I can read."
You're the
Books. Look at this. And then he pulls a random one out and goes, "Can't wait to jack off tonight when I get back to the dumpster I live at."
Yeah, I remember that conversation. Then you pull out another one and it says, I can't wait to jack off later when I get back to the dumpster that I live in. Like, oh, this okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I might not actually know where I am.
I think I'm in the puberty section.
And then Tuck walks, he's like, "I'll walk down to this section for my 20s. And then he pulls a box off and he takes one out. "I can't wait to jack off later when I get to the 1-bedroom apartment I live in." Huh.
This is not right. He puts it back. He walks back further, walks down further, pulls out one. I can't wait to jack off when I get back to hither and yon tonight. Oh, that was from yesterday. Wow. Whoa, this is new. This is brand new.
I just said this.
I just said this. I just said, what the fuck?
He's like, "I guess I talk to myself out loud a lot." And then it appears on the thing. Jesus Christ.
Etched into the glass.
Okay, I don't want to read that one.
I should go look for the thing I'm looking for.
I guess you should go look for the old thing. And so he goes back to, I guess, where it dropped him off.
Yeah, discern realities.
Okay. Plus, what is it plus?
Wisdom.
Oh, it's a 9.
Oh, I could aid.
How?
I just have luck of the fair folk.
And you heard me scream about my balls
Oh.
earlier.
I did.
That's true. So that doesn't cost you a point or anything?
Nope.
God damn. What a bad idea.
Cool.
You gave it to me.
I did. I thought it was cool at the time, and it is cool. 2d6 plus bond.
Ooh.
3.
Okie doke.
I get
All
it.
right.
7 and 9, still a failure.
Cool, Billy.
Billy, you like get back on the walkway and
Uh-huh.
you're like, home, and it doesn't move. You're like, to tuck, and it doesn't move.
Okay. Let me figure this out. Do I have to walk?
Doesn't move. Walk. We'll cut back to Tuck while he completes this.
Alrighty, some questions. Okay. So I know I can't remember anything. I need to know this. What here is useful or valuable to me?
Yeah. So Tuck goes back to, like, you're kind of like, you're quickly glancing at the sheets and looking for conversations from when you were, what was it, 8, 7?
No, I'm trying to find before.
No, I know, but like when did the memories start again?
8.
8. So you
Well,
find,
he just said he was 8. He didn't know how old he was.
okay, then, oh yeah, I think this archive is especially confusing to Tuck because you can't place anything accurately. Like
Right.
you can kind of remember periods in your life, but not like Tuck doesn't even know how old he is now.
No.
He knows that he's probably somewhere in his 20s, but that has been a best guess as well.
Yeah.
You, of course, because you get the question, you find the answer that you're looking for. You find the name of the street that you grew up on, right?
Okay.
I'm asking you. Or is it not here? Do the recorded conversations start from when you remember things starting? Is it maybe that this information is in someone else's section?
Yeah. That I think is the thing.
You are in the section for Tacoma Dome, and that section starts when you are 8 years old.
So you're someone before
Whoa.
that.
Yes.
Whoa.
It's the thought I had yesterday when you said that. That it was
Really?
somebody else. Or it's an implanted something.
Tuck, yeah. He goes back to the first one before it like flips over to another guy.
Mhm.
And he goes to the other guy and it goes, hey, it's a deathbed thing. It's the end of the other guy's life.
I just want everybody to know that my gold is buried
Huh.
underneath.
Fuck. And then Tuck throws this guy's final words. He just whips it into the distance. Useless shit.
Piece of crap. And I think the conversation that you see,
The first one I pull out
yeah.
is Tuck and the iconographer
Yeah.
talking. Yeah.
Okay, so it will say the iconographer's name. What is the iconographer's name?
I like the idea that it's like a really nice name, like Habibi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know that's a term of endearment. Is that like a name?
It's also a name.
Okay, Habibi.
Yeah.
Is that his first name or last name?
First name.
First name.
And I think in the context of Tuck's life, he did not know his last name.
Sure. So, but this would record his last name,
Oh.
which would be. Oh, we also don't. It could just be Habibi, and it's
Unless you got something cool and juicy for us.
what could be a cool and juicy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
It was him all along.
Yeah. It says, where am I? Tacoma Dome. It's okay. You're safe. Dan Derglot.
That's it. I'm deleting the podcast.
Margani?
Oh.
Oh my God.
No
Like-
way.
One other member of the
Of the
Margani,
Margani family?
Yeah.
Habibi Margani?
Yeah. I think it's cool as fuck.
All right, if you're cool with it.
It's
Your
it's
backstory, baby.
It's a family of like researchers basically
Yeah.
and academics. Yeah.
Oh, maybe because of what he does, he's like not exiled, but he's like a disowned
Yeah.
member of the family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he still
Um,
has access to their type of knowledge gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah, because iconography itself is heretical, like in McCall. So it's
Yes.
really dangerous
Yeah.
to do it. Study the icons, study the demons, because it's like it's seen as almost like a public health danger.
Sure,
'Cause
yeah.
you're exposing the public to demons and
Yeah.
shit, and then everyone sings the tolling every night
Mhm.
and is reminded by the Ifrit that take their kids away.
Yeah.
So people fucking hate the
Everybody
iconography.
sings it every night?
No, like
The
kind-
kids, people hear it often.
People,
Yeah.
you hear
Yeah.
it every night. If you live in McCall, it's like
Right.
the Muslim call to prayer. If you live
I
in a
see.
Muslim city, you hear it, and
Interesting.
it's like it is sung at some point in the night every
Mhm.
night.
Yeah, so that is the shard that you pull. It says like Tacoma Dome,
Yeah.
where am I? Habibi Margani, you're safe.
Should we do the convo?
Yeah, we can do
Yeah.
that. We're improvising it.
We're improvising.
How much
it.
information is he giving away here? None, I would assume.
all of
Because
it.
Tuck doesn't know this.
doesn't know.
Yeah.
Teeth
Yeah.
to tail.
Yeah. Whoa, look at this
That's a
teeth.
great face.
Look at
Whoa,
those teeth.
whoa.
How did I get here?
I brought you here.
Why am I chained up?
It's okay. Sound of shackles being unlocked. You're free to go now.
My wrist hurt.
I'm sorry.
Why did you do this?
I wanted to help you. And I wanted to be able to help the rest of them as well. And now I think I can. Thank you.
Who am I?
You get to decide that now.
Can I leave, please?
Of course.
Oh,
And before that, nothing.
Stupid fucking shit. Stupid bullshit. Ugh. Useless fucking thing.
Cut back to Billy. You've been dragged back to your body. You were in the middle of a conversation with this fairy archivist.
Hey, the library guy. I'm still here if you want to talk to me.
You see shadows kind of being cast on the shelves, like tink, 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 as the shards move.
Okay, I'm going to take that as that's cool. And you like that, and I'll come back later.
And as you're like turning to walk back to the walkway, you see sitting on the ground like a little thin, very, very thin granite like business card almost.
For me?
Tink, 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 tink. And it has etched in a fairy sigil, the archivist.
I don't know what to do with that, but I will keep that for later.
We'll cut back to Vyng real quick. You got one more question, I think.
mm-hmm.
You have just learned a fairly big piece of information.
Yeah.
Yeah, Addernack Allwater was your mom.
Yes. Also, what was Takonomado? There was a lot of information. That was really cool,
That
by
was
the way.
really
Dang it.
Yeah. What here is not what it appears to be.
Mm-hmm. What this part is kind of like Control F Vyng. And then it's like everything that references Vyng is in this section.
So I'm just hitting the triangle up.
Exactly. Looking for other references to your name. And I think you find another conversation between Nathaniel and Ileana. I'm trying to remember the timeline here. You were a young kid when she had to flee, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a child when they fled the forest.
Yes.
Like he was pulled out of like elementary school, basically.
Mm-hmm. So you're like going through all of these sections. You found this stuff about Addernack Allwater, and then you go like forwards again into that section of your life, just kind of almost by instinct because it was such a like formative, traumatic period of your existence. You're just kind of scanning through that part, and you find a conversation between your mom and Nathaniel.
I like that maybe I'm dragging my fingers along
Mm-hmm.
and they're like,
Yeah.
But then there's one that's like, there's like
Like a
Mhm.
dead spot.
there's a dead spot.
Yeah.
And so I
Ooh.
pull that deafened,
Oh yes.
dissonant ring.
Totally. And it is Nathaniel and Ileana. Hushed voices is the impression you're getting from the writing here. And Nathaniel says, I don't know how they found out, but the council knows. They're coming for you. I think it was Solara. She gave you up. She's turned the council against the wizards. The forest is going to war. They found out where you're hiding. They found out I didn't kill you. They're sending me, and I have to do it this time. And Ileana says, Vyng's safe, and if someone has to do it, I want it to be you. I'll be back, so do what you must. And that's the end of that conversation.
So that was, he gave her a heads up that they were going to raid.
And that
That's
he
the-
would have to kill her.
That's the idea that you get from this, Vyng, is that Nathaniel and Ileana knew this was happening,
Mm-hmm.
and that her death at his hand was calculated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was sort of a thing to protect Vyng.
Or a thing to,
Throw
Yeah.
them off,
who knows, just to throw them off the scent, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
which I think could be ultimately to protect Vyng.
Yeah. it recontextualizes the fight too. Like, stop, don't, you love me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It gives it a layer of depth because
Okay.
it's just like he was having second thoughts, like the stoic elf. Like
Mhm.
he was just like, no,
Oh, like he that was him in the moment
Being like,
deciding I'm not going to do this.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then that's why he tried to suicide by
Yeah.
elephant seal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why Stone Eye tried to kill him and he was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, actually, yeah, okay.
He tried to pull back
He
on
was
it.
trying to back out
Yeah.
and she wouldn't let him.
And because she was like, no, we have to do this. This is the hard thing that we have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
that's really cool.
And yeah, I mean, you could spend an eternity going through this section to learn as much about yourself as you want, but you think that you've definitely got the information that you need to get through that door.
Whew. And just step backwards back onto the walkway.
Starts dragging you along. Billy, you're like standing on the walkway going, go home. And you see Vyng zip past above you.
What? Help!
I jump off.
Okay. All right. Defy danger dexterity.
I got 9.
Okay. Yeah. 7 and 9.
You take damage when you hit the ground.
I think it's like you like jump off and they're pretty narrow little walkways
Uh-huh.
and you see Billy's below you and you try to reach out, but the way that it was moving and the orientation, the glimmering of the glass, you don't see the edge where the edge actually is and you realize I'm going to miss it. What do you do?
Yeah, Aid. I see him like step off a weird. I don't know. I'm just like, that's not the place to go.
2d6 was bond.
10.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
And you somehow help Vyng land properly. How do you do it?
I don't know. I feel it almost feels like the librarian helped me a bit.
Oh, yeah. The archivist kind of helps and then Vyng lands on your walkway
Mhm.
and then poof, you guys start going back
It
to
wouldn't go for me.
This is stupid.
I hate this
I
thing.
hate it.
Billy not realizing that the walkway started moving like half a second before Vyng landed.
Whoa.
What the fuck? No. And Tuck, you hear me
For what?
from Billy and Vyng heading
right.
off into the distance. You've got the answer to the situation, but not to the question.
Yeah, so Tuck, stupid fucking archive, useless piece of shit. And he just takes his hand and he like walks down the aisle that is his life and he pushes every single transcript of his entire existence off the shelf.
Whoa. And every reference, every conversation, every communicated idea related to the life of Tacoma Dome shatters to dust. And you step back onto the walkway and you zip back to the entrance.
Okay.
And I think that's where we're going to end it for this week. I'm your game master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me, Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
Bye.
Vyng the half-elf druid, Paul Oppers.
Take care.
That Billy the halfling thief, Jessica Dye.
That's so sad.
Thank you to all of our supporters around the world. If you want us to support the show, and why wouldn't you when we're bringing you the emotional highs like this? You can join us at patreon.com/spoutlore or spoutlore.com/moneyplease and get access to so much bonus stuff. You're going to love it. Thank you to Aaron Reed for our intro and outro music. Listen to all of Aaron's original music at aaronreed.bandcamp.com and all of the original music produced for the show at Spotify. And thank you finally, and most of all, to all of you for listening. We'll see you next time.
And so ends the tale of adventures three who tried the best they can. Though dumb and scared and lost they be, fun times abreast in revelry. And though our journey may be like a conclusion, we will not leave you without a resolution. Return next week to hear some more whilst you commute or do your chores. And for you, I'd gladly spout more.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish. Hello, hello. I'm Malik.
I'm Jamie.
And this is World Gone Wrong, where we discuss the unprecedented times we're living through.
Can your manager still schedule you for night shifts after that werewolf bit you?
My ex-boyfriend was replaced by an alien body snatcher, but I think I like him better now.
Who is this dude showing up in everyone's old pictures?
My friend says the sewer alligators are reading maps now.
When did the kudzu start making that humming sound?
We are just your normal millennial roommates processing our feelings about a chaotic world in front of some microphones.
World Gone Wrong, a new fiction podcast from Audacious Machine Creative, creators of Unwell, a Midwestern Gothic mystery. Learn more at audaciousmachinecreative.com.
Find World Gone Wrong in all the regular places you find podcasts.
I love you so much. I mean, you could, up the energy a little
You
bit.
could up the energy.
I actually don't take notes.
That was good.
I'm just kidding. You sounded great.
So did you.
Spout Lore is proudly a Spout Lore Studios production.
A podcast for best friends by best friends.